She ordered coffee like every morning. But today, the barista did something that made her freeze right where she stood. It was 7:45 a.m., and the cafe smelled like roasted beans and quiet beginnings. Anna stopped by every day before work. Same counter, same cup, same smile to the boy behind the espresso machine. "Morning, Sam," she said, brushing rain from her coat. "Morning, Anna," he replied, his usual grin flashing as he handed her receipt. "The usual?" She nodded, distracted by her phone, unaware that Sam's hands were trembling slightly as he wrote her name on the cup. He hesitated before calling her order. When he did, his voice was softer. "Large latte for Anna." She took the cup, smiled politely, and turned to leave. But then she noticed something. There was no name written on it this time. Instead, across the sleeve, in shaky handwriting, were 4 words. "I think I found him." Her heart stopped. The world seemed to go quiet. She turned sharply. "Sam, what is this?" He froze, realizing she'd read it already. "Can we talk?" he asked quietly. "After your shift?" Anna stared at him, confused and tense. Sam wasn't a stranger. She'd seen him almost every morning for months. But now, looking at him, she noticed something familiar about his eyes, something she hadn't placed before. After work, curiosity overpowered hesitation. She returned to the cafe. It was nearly closing time. Sam was wiping down the counter when she walked in. "You said you found him," she said, voice low. "What do you mean?" Sam looked around to make sure they were alone, then reached into his apron pocket. He pulled out a small, crumpled photograph, faded at the edges. It was a picture of a young man smiling beside a woman who looked exactly like Anna, only younger. "That's my mom," Anna whispered. "Where did you get this?" He swallowed hard. "From my mother. She said the woman in this picture was her best friend, and that she left suddenly after a fire years ago. She thought she'd lost her forever." Anna's throat tightened. Memories she'd buried rushed back, smoke shouting, her mother's hands pulling her through the doorway. And then, nothing. She'd never known what happened to the neighbors next door. "Wait," she said slowly, eyes wide. "Your mother, is her name Maria?" Sam nodded. "Yeah, she never stopped wondering what happened to you." Tears filled Anna's eyes before she could stop them. "She saved my life," she whispered. "When the house caught fire, your mother was the one who pulled me out." Sam stared at her, realization hitting like a wave. "You're that little girl?" Anna nodded, voice breaking. "My mom never made it out. We moved after that. I was 6. For a long moment, they both stood there. 2 lives separated by tragedy, now joined by a single coffee cup and a few written words. Sam reached into his pocket again and handed her a small envelope. "My mom wanted me to give you this, in case I ever found you." Inside was a note, written in familiar, gentle handwriting. "If you ever read this, Anna, it means life gave us another chance. I never forgot your eyes, or that morning. I hope you grew up safe, and that one day you'd know you were never just a neighbor, you were family." By the time she looked up, tears were falling freely. Sam smiled softly. "She always said she owed your mom everything. Guess now I get to return the favor. At least a coffee at a time." Anna laughed through her tears, wiping her eyes. "I guess I'll have to keep coming back then." Sam nodded. "Yeah, but next one's on the house." The cafe lights dimmed as she stepped outside. The rain had stopped, but the world felt different, brighter, connected, alive. Sometimes the people we pass every day are holding pieces of our story we don't even know we've lost. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to like the video and subscribe for more. Stories that remind us how fate has a funny way of bringing people back together. Tell me where you're watching from. Let's see how far this story travels.